It may be called the Friendship Baptist Church, but that friendship seems to be a lost cause for two congregations whose fight forced both to find new locations for their services today. Last week, the division hit a breaking point with the fire marshal shutting down the church because one group violated the fire code to lock the other out. As Fox 47's Susan Alcori reports, both groups are making adjustments.
City notices and locked doors can keep people out of Friendship Baptist Church, but they won't stop Sunday services.
Fellowshipping no matter what the problem may be.
Members are divided into two groups, holding separate services out of the church. A feud last weekend ended in fire code violations when one group locked the other out. Now the city won't let them back in till it's fixed.
This is a time where people ought to turn to each other and not against each other. This is a time where we should turn to our faith.
Instead of his normal pulpit, Pastor David Ford led the 10 a.m. service out of a conference room at Lansing Community College. The accommodations are not ideal, but he says that's not what church is about.
Even if they take buildings from us, buildings will go and buildings come, but they can never take the true worship that you have in your heart.
The other group held their services in the church garage, since that building wasn't shut down by the city.
We're here to worship, and we're very comfortable in our Vesper service this afternoon.
As for services next week, both sides say they won't let problems with a building stop them.
If we are locked out next week, if the city has not yet done anything about it, we will still worship someplace.
Our prayers are that we'll worship next Sunday.
The church will remain closed until city officials are allowed to inspect the building to make sure that it meets all code requirements. In Lansing, Susan Alcori, Fox 47 News.
The fire marshal was going to inspect the church last Friday, but the church canceled the appointment, saying things hadn't been brought back up to code. Both services say they want to use the building, but don't know when the problems will be resolved.